Yeah, Solomon Foske here again. In this video, I will take you through step by step how to build Discover Canvas. And for example, we are building what I call a booklet app. So you see, this is a Nextjs powered app. You can see I navigate and it's like I'm reading booklet. You are opening a kind of booklet, something that gives you information. So if you check here, you will see if I move next. Now, how do you now take this and transform it from your normal app hosted to a Canvas? You can see it now. This same thing, if you integrate it into a Discover platform, and then without the person need to, move to this app precisely, inside that post, they can just interact. You can see it. You see it now. So I can interact the same way I would do, just as the app. So it's an interesting feature introduced by Discover platform. So that is what I'm going to take you through step by step, how you can build your first Canvas step by step and have it render as Canvas on Discover platform. Welcome, dear friend. I'm Solomon Foske, founder of dProgramming University, a free Web3 development education platform. Please note our content are for education purpose only, not financial, trading, investment, programming or development advice into any of the platform discussed. Always do your own research. And please, we may get sponsorship, partnership, token or whatever form during, before or after creating this content, but we try as much as possible to remain unbiased and make it educative. If that agreed on, let's get right into this content. So as I said, this tutorial and guide will be divided into majorly two. The first part will be, because this I believe is like your first coming across Discover Canvas and things like that. So we want to understand a lot of things about it first. Then the part two will now be, we'll build our first project, which is Booklet App, powered by Nextjs, and then transform it to a Canvas on Discover platform. So you have the full guide. The link will be in the description, which well written, everything will be covered and will be following it in this video. So for those that are interested in video and want to see me do this, some people comprehend better when they see it, a walkthrough on a video, than just reading the text for a development content. So that's why we are going to go through this together. You can read a lot of those things. And the first is, what is Discover? It is hosted on dscvr.one platform. It is called DSCVR platform, but pronounced as Discover. So it's like a short form of Discover. You understand? Some of those things shorted out. So the actual pronunciation is Discover. And you can access the website at this platform, but don't worry, we'll still go. And also, if you want to join and all those things, we'll see. Yeah, I know that you are here to start diving away, but what is Discover or DSCVR? Yeah, in a simple term, is a Web3 version of social media platform like X, that's like Twitter, with a lot of Web3 goodies like point, NFT, loot boxes, airdrop. So it's like a Web3 version of Twitter or other social media you know of. So, and trying to make it easier for people to transition from Web 2 to Web 3. Now, we have an idea of what it is. So if you want to go in depth about it, I have a more in-depth about the pros, the cons, the features and everything on my other project, Explore Web3 platform, which is well detailed with link to the project, their Twitter, social media, and a lot more, the team and things like that, if you want to know about. But for now, what we are really going to is, how do you join? If you want to join the platform, you can use the link if you go to this article, you can use my link as well. It has a referral link. So if you join using my link, I will receive some points on the platform. You see, they currently give points. So I don't know, maybe in future, maybe this will contribute to if they eventually launch a token. I'm not saying I don't have any insider details, but I've had their founder, I think Raptor or something. So yeah, I've had an interview. Yes, Rick Potter. So I've heard from an interview I watched about from him that they are not removing the option, but they want more regulatory clarity. So that means being part of the platform, earning some things by interacting on the platform, you don't know, it could end up converting to airdrop, as we have seen it in a lot of Web3 projects. So this might already be serving as the point. But for now, it's just the in-game point that you earn there. So now, you can use the link and be able to sign up using my link. So I appreciate that, my referral link as well. So now, and they are getting a good user, per month, according to, you can see doing interface analytics, that they are getting some good something. So you might really want to check it out as well. And especially at this time that they don't have a token yet. I can't emphasize more on that. If you are already experienced in Web3, anything can happen. So not financial advice, but you get it. Now, what is Discover Canvas? I will call it Discover. Sorry, I won't be saying DSCVR. Now, what is Discover Canvas? Now that you have understanding of the platform, Discover Canvas, just think about it like Blinks. When you Blinks on Twitter, which I've done a video how to build your first Blink. You can watch it on the platform and also on the programming university. You can check the once you go to this blog section, there are a lot of guides that are there to help you understand all these things. So you see, I've done about Blink Ultimate Guide as well, so you can check it out. So it's just, if you have idea of Blink, you already have idea of Canva in terms of the real actual something behind it is to be able to make sure people can interact with apps and dApps right inside these platforms. Like Blinks make it possible on X, Twitter, and some other Blinks platform as well. So the same thing, this Canva makes it possible for you to view and have and interact with it, just like instead of, you say, opening this app, I can view the same thing without leaving this post I have. I can just interact with it. So from there, a lot of things are coming up that you can have access to, and also will include medium and options. You can get some support in terms of grants, finance, and everything if you are building this. So it's going to be a thorough guide as well. So that's what it does. So you can imagine what this could be in terms of benefit. I've put all those for you here. So what are the examples? We have seen an example of it, like you've seen it there. And the difference between Blinks and Canva is that Canva works only, at least for now, on Discover platform, while Blinks works on X, Twitter, on many other platforms that are Blinks enabled. In fact, Blinks also work on this Canva. So Canva can also run Blinks, and I will show you an example of that. So as you can see, if you join, you can join Explore Web3. That's the platform portal I have there. So the portal is like pages. When you open a profile on Facebook, then you have a page or group and things like that. So that's the same way you can gather people that relate to your project and things like that. So if you look at here now, there are games that I'm running with Blink powered Canva, which you can participate, play, and earn on to learn about different Web3 projects. So if you check like this now and click on it, then instead of you going to the Blinks platform or things like that, you can just click on this Canva and it will load it for you. You can see the Blinks now, and this is the quiz game, and you can select answer, and then you see it will allow you to interact. So that's why you can insert both app and dApp. That means the apps that allow interaction with the blockchain. So wallet integration, everything has been there integrated to make it much easier for you. So you can see it now. Then you can work with it, even work with multiple Canva. So this one is for donation. You see it? So, and that is if you like what I do on the programming as well, you can support by using the donation on Explore Web3 or the Programming University. You go to the donate page, or maybe if you are watching, or maybe like YouTube or something, there may be a link for the donation. So now, those are what you see, the power that this has, showcasing two things. People can learn and participate, and if they want to donate, they can just donate straight from there. So those, when you look at this now, it already gives you an advantage that you can easily reach a lot of people that will naturally not have heard about your app before, and you can also use it as a testing ground before you fully launch your app like this. It's already there, but before people gradually start coming, you can get feedback by embedding, and this is like a social media, people are already using it. So by posting, if you have been active there already, you may be able to kickstart the project faster than if you are just launch it and then on your own, and it's just like you and share it on Twitter and things like that. So those are part of the benefits as well. But like Blinks, I said, work on a lot of platforms, including the Canva, the Blinks, you see me, all these things are Blinks and then turned to a canvas. So those are part of the benefit. Now let's start. Okay, we can talk about some essential tool resources for Canva development. So now let's move to development of Canva. So Canvas development tutorial or guide or whatever you call it. Now, first thing is they have an official documentation, which always recommend you check out official documentation. There's always a lot update and things you will learn from it. So all this you can see, building with Canva and all those things like that. Now, the other things like Canva Client SDK. So this is like that gives you all this API, because they also have an API which give you access to, because this is a social media, you may want to build a Canva. For example, there's a particular Canva I was playing with, that talks, it's like you can earn bonks, but you need to do a particular thing before you can do that, which is you need to, this play Canva, you will need to click a particular, you can see it, you need to react to this thing with this particular emoji, this fire emoji. So for you to do that, you do this, and then you look for it. This is it, because I've clicked it already, I've participated, so you see that it has blown it out. But that is an example, like you want to see how many people have liked it. Maybe they should be the one to be rewarded. Those that have commented, you get things like that. So if you want to interact and get all those things, latest post or things like that in your portal or Discover, you need an API. And what makes it easier is that SDK. So if you are building a Canva like this that interact with that and need all those information, that's when you will need the API and the SDK. But for what we are building is just a simple, your first Canva, so it's not going to use all this. But in future, I hope to be able to build a Canva for you that covers all that. So let me know which Canva you want me to build also in the comment as well. So discover Canva, Solana wallet. So all these wallets, you will need it to interact like you saw me then testing and inspecting. So paste the Canva link. So if you want to test, you just need to paste the link, like you want to create a content and paste the link and then pim, it will interpret it as a Canva. So we'll see all those together as we move on in the development. Now, before you can build, how do you now take your app and transform it to a Discover Canva or DSCVR Canva? They are just a simple line of code. As long as you are not, your app or dApp is not interacting with third party. So if everything your app is running on like this now, all the information is running on is inside within the app. It's not like I'm going to talk to an API to retrieve this question from database or things like that. If that is the case, you're already talking to a third party. You are not, it's not directly just within the Nextjs alone. It's talking outside through an API too. With that, you will need to set up some things, which is called the content security policy. If not, it will not work. It will not display. It may display in terms of, but it will just be blank or something. So, but the first step is to use this tag. You will copy this and put it into the title or head of your project. So in this case, we are dealing with Nextjs. So we can't use this, or we won't be using this. Instead, we'll use this, which serve the same purpose just as this. So the content security policy, I hope to do an episode 2 of this tutorial. Hopefully, like I'm saying, I hope to get partnered and supported and by Discover team. If I am able to get that, then there's likelihood the episode 2 is coming sooner than you might anticipate. So you will cover all this. They are so essential. I see a lot of developer trying to build Discover Canva having issues. So we'll try to trash that out. I once also have that issue and I'm working on it as well. So it's something we all learn together. Then the common issue you will face is links not clickable. I've discovered that for me inside there when I did it earlier, the link wasn't working. That when you click like this, you see I can restart and then it comes back to the beginning. But then I use the link tag instead of the normal ahref tag, and then it works. So maybe that one makes it feel like that thing is within. So it worked. It wasn't feeling as if it's trying to open to third party platform. And then the other thing here that I've seen is if you want to test it on local, because you see I have to host this first, but it's so easy as well to test on local. You just need to use tunneling and then using this code, which will all do this step by step together. So then what are the limitations? Like I said, non-platform agnostic. You cannot use it on other platform, at least now, maybe in future, unlike Blink that you can use on like X, Twitter, and even some tools allow you to use it on Discord and more like that. Even on your own site, I integrated Blinks on Explore Web3 so people can interact with it there directly. Unlike Canva, it has to be integrated first into Discover platform before it can work. So then testing it locally is not like straightforward, but we'll use the tunneling. Now, what are the prerequisites you need? You need to set up your Nextjs, what are development, then Discover.one. Like I told you, if you want to work to build, at least you need to, I will encourage you to sign up. You can use my link. Check it out first. It is not financial advice. The type of encouragement I'm saying is that if you want to build Canva for a platform like Discover, and you don't even know how the platform works, how will you know what to build? So you need to play around, understand, use other people's canvas, and then have experience. Even from there, you can get idea, or even ask people, I have some things, what do you like to see in the Canva and building and things, and you might likely get some feedback like that. So setting up, we'll need Node.js, Node Package Manager, and I prefer PNPM. I don't usually, because it's memory much saver and for me than npm and yarn. So I use pnpm. Then you can use npm or yarn that you use. Then the IDE will be VS Code and Discover Canvas Client SDK. Like I told you, this is if you are going to interact with the API. But if you see, this is just a booklet and everything it needs is in our app. We don't need to interact with this Canva to do anything. We just need to make it, convert it by putting the tag we said earlier, and we are done. So now, like, okay, this is the video section. Let's now start creating you have installed, you should have your Node.js and your VS Code. Now the first thing we want to do is let's create a folder for the booklet. I have a file here. Create a folder, new folder. I want to call it the booklet. Create. Then I'm using Linux, so for you, your window might be a bit different. Then I come over here. So if said I should do code, dot, so that opens the file for me. So here we go, we have it now. And I think, let me move it this side. Why I need to minimize this, so maybe it can be sideways. Yeah, so you can see what I'm doing. I trust this. Then what next? So once we open it, like we have it now, it said install Nextjs using this. You can copy, let the dot, there's a dot here, should be there. The essence of that is we already have this folder. So normally Nextjs will ask you the name you want to call your app. So since you already have it, make sure everything is in small letter, in lowercase. So yeah, this seems to look capital because of that's how VS Code. But you see, because I think the new Nextjs may have issue if it is in capital. So it's not capital, but VS Code see it, interpret it as capital. So you copy the point so that it doesn't need the name. You are saying the folder you are in, you should use it. So new terminal, and then we paste this here and enter. See that the dot is there. If not, it will ask you for the name, and if it asks, make sure you just put dot, so it will use this folder and not create another Nextjs folder inside. So would you like to use TypeScript? Yeah. Yes. Use EastLint, Tailwind, yes. SRC directory, no. App router, yes. Alias, no. So you see it now that it just opens straight directly. If I come here and then open this, you see it. It's just straight. Instead of creating another folder and then you need to reopen over and over. So we have this now. Yeah, you can see it now that this has already finished depending on your network. So we have everything, all the dependencies installed. So for me to be sure, pnpm hi, like pnpm install. So it will tell you, yeah. So once we see, we know that all the dependency for this app to run is ready. So let's see the next thing. It said we should confirm good. It's ready. Then we should run this. So for us to run it, pnpm div. So you can see it now. Let's follow the link. So we have this ready now. So you can see that your Nextjs is working as usual. So once this is done, what we need to do next is just to create a link to test our Canva. So for you to do that, you copy this and then open another terminal. You will see there that I say open another terminal. So normally by now I would have opened like 3 terminal. I used to use one for like I've installed, then another one for me to run any other code or instruction like Git if I want to push to GitHub and things like that. So then this, I open another one now. This other one I open is where I will run this. You need to make sure you change this to your own port. If it is 5120 or whatever, 3000. So this is 3001. You can see it. Yeah, 3001. So it has to be the same port. So this must be running already. The div server, then another one. You don't stop it. If you stop it, this will not work. So it's just trying to like assign a domain to it, a temporary domain that you can use, which is like a subdomain. So usually this is working now. If I copy this over here, so like testing, and I come to DSCVR and say this, you can see it that nothing happened. It's not working because of local server issue. So this need to be a remote issue to link to work. So for that, once you click that, you look for this. It has generated this link. Let's copy it. Okay, the first thing we should do is let's click on it and follow it first. Let it open and be sure it's working. Open. Oh, sorry. I opened the developer. This is the one I ought to open. You see the randomly generated, and you only use it once. Once you stop the server, it has expired. You need to run that command again and regenerate another. So you see it now. That's now running the same Nextjs server that I've opened here. So if I go here now and go back to the DSCVR, I can just copy this, yeah, and paste it. You will see the difference now. Do you see it now? That is also not working. Yeah, it won't work, not because of the link is not working, but because remember when we are learning from the normal like theoretical part, I told you you need to add some tag. So we had not had any tag, so it will not work. Just so confirm is set and done. In the above, visit the display, we see it is working. Turn app to Canva. So the next thing you need to do is for you to turn this app to Canva. So depending how you can put it in a specific page of your app. So if it's a specific page you just want to show up as a Canva, when you paste it and not as normal link, then you can just put the tag. But for me, I just want it to be the whole app. So let's move here and look out for inside app, then look out for layout. So you have something like this. You have the metadata already. So all you need to do is put this down and paste it. So the moment you've pasted it, this you have the opportunity to change this and use any image you want. That's the image that will display in the front page of the Canva. But this is the default one, so let's just use that. And then let me save it. Once I save it, you won't see any changes here because it didn't change anything. It's just, but once we come here, let's take this off, copy this again, put it here. You see, nothing happened. But if we clear it and then come back here, copy it and paste, if we get it correctly, you see that instantly. So it's as simple as that. That line of code, turn your normal app or dApp, instead of it to be, look at it like this is the link of your site and or your app. Then instead of posting there and people will click to go and interact with it, they can just see it here. And this is what I'm saying. This you are seeing here, this one now, you can change the image by changing what is here. So if you put an image maybe inside the project or something, just make sure it's hosted and available online. Then this will be able to load it for you as the front page instead of this the default if you use it here. So let's click it. Oops, you see it. So we have our app now showing. You can see Nextjs app is now showing. So that is just for it. Let's continue. So we add it to the layout and then boom, you see it, it's working fine. Now let's now build our Nextjs powered Discover Canva booklet app. We want to transform this from just this showing in Nextjs to this. People can, it's a booklet that gives some information. So let's quickly do that. For you to do that, I have the code here, and we are AI age. If you want to learn, I won't be typing code because as age is going, all these things you can just ask AI to give you the code. So you don't really learn coding now by typing one after the other in the videos. That's the fact. Understand this AI tool and understand the basic. Go check, explore other courses and things we have on the Programming University. You will see how we use AI tool and things like that as well. So all you need is to understand the basic, like we have done in the part 1. What is Canvas? What is DSCVR and things like that? Discover. And then what are things you need to do? A lot of the code, AI might just generate it for you, and then you are just copying it. So for those that are like, oh, type, I won't be typing. So please, let's move on by the age. So now the booklet, you can replace your default home page with this. So the home page, I used to love to put this comment, and it also helps when you are dealing with AI, because the AI will know precise page and where it is. So it's a very important something you can be using with, and you will see the AI will help you better with your code because it will help you to understand your structure. Now let's put, he said we should app page. Yeah, that's the home page. So it's like we need to get rid of everything here and then paste this. So usually there will likely be an issue. You see it because it says this, we need a component. So you move on. Booklet app, you need to create a component. So that's the card, because what we are using here, you are using a card design. You are using a card design. It's like a card to display these things. So all these things, is like a card. Then on it you have the information. So we need to design the card, and that will be a component that we can import to use. So you can copy, like I told you, you can just ask the AI you are using, and then so let's save this. Once you have that, this should be, you see, component/card. So we need component. If you, usually you don't have it by default, then click here, not inside app, the root folder of your Nextjs, create a folder called components. You see it, and inside of it, when you click on it, you create a file, card.txx. So that's our component. Make sure the spelling is same so it doesn't break. You see it now. We save, but before I save, you can see that saying cannot find module. So by the time we save this, we just fix the issue. So this is the card, the component. This should solve, or it's corresponding. At times you may need to maybe come a bit back here, slash, and then component, good, and then slash card, and then fixed. So at times you may not fix it itself, or maybe if we refresh or close and reopen it, it might fix. So you see it because we have the component already now. And then the next thing we want to do is the third part, which is what. So this, if you look at this, it has different parts, like our app. If we scroll through it, they are back, next, and things like that. So this amount to about 6 or 7 we start. You see that each pages are different. Next says different thing. This talk about why build with Canva. You understand? So we need to create page for each of it. So it will be easier for you to navigate each of those pages. So that's what we will do now. Booklet Canvas page. So what's Canvas page? So for each of these, you create those pages. So you can first, and for you to create a page, you know what that means here. In app, there are app directory. It's a folder first. Sorry, I have to copy this name. So this will be a folder for you to create a route like about us and things like that. Contact is a folder. Then inside the folder, you now put the page. So that's the standard of Nextjs from 13 above for app routes. You see it? So we can, you can see it now. So we copy this here. And then we repeat the same for about 6 of them. Benefits. Make sure you are tapping this app. Don't create it inside here. It can be confusing at times. And if you do, just make sure you move it out. Inside, it should be inside the app and not on in the root. So you can see it /app, and so it has to follow that. Then you take page. So each route needs that page.txx. Then the next one is example page. Examples. We call the page itself examples. And then inside it, we create page.txx. Again, we copy this code. And boom, we have it there. The next one is build this cover Canva page. We repeat the same app, put it there, page.txx. We put it again. Remember to save. Then we have the booklet. Join the journey. We are almost done. I think one more after this or so. The Canva, we come back, we create the folder build Canva. Said already existed. Okay. Booklet App. Join the journey. Oh, there's an error here from this code. Yeah, I have it corrected now. So this should actually be join journey. So we've already done build. Sorry, the folder should be in app. Then once we have that, we create page.tsx. Then right there we can copy everything here and paste. So let's give this a try. So once you add it now, we can now test. But before we do that, we should even go back. You can see it now. Look at our local host. You see that this is already working. Next, we can back, we can next, we can next, we can next, we can next, you see, and then we can restart. You see it now. So which means perfectly we have this, our app working, our booklet app working, and then we can, you see the same thing is happening. Remember this tunnel link that was created for us, so that we're using for testing. So but previously it was showing this. So if you highlight and delete, or just close this, leave, and then let's start it again here. Then you want to copy this, not the local, the tunnel, and we'll paste it. You see it's still loading. So allow it to load. Now you can, you see, trying to click it before it's loaded caused issue. So that's why I said, depending if your network is not fast like mine, so you may need to allow it first. You see, that was the image I was telling you. Look at this image now. That was what I was saying in this, you see. So it gives idea of what they, so you may decide not to use the default, but we are using the default. Let's paste it. You need to allow it to load. So you see it now. It may take a while because, you know, we are also using tunneling. So make sure it's load and then you have this. Then let's click it. But if you are clicking it and it's refreshing the whole something, you see that I've not even posted it. You don't need to post it. This is how you can test it. You can see it. Boom. And that's the next stage we are, which is how do you test your Nextjs app, Discover Canva app. So you can see it now. The same thing we've got before. And now, inside here, you can see this. We can now test it. Next. You see? Next. Next. So you can imagine whatever feature you have in your app and people navigating it right inside Discover platform without need to, you know, go out of the platform, which you see, I can just click restart and you can see it ready to start building. Then restart. and then it should go back to the first page. So it's working. So you have seen it now, and congrats, you have been able to build your first Discover Canva step by step using Nextjs. You've learned a lot what Canva is, what Discover platform is, what Discover Canva is, the advantage and challenges and all those things. And then we've set up development environment. We built this together, and you can see we have tested it. So the only thing left is for you to deploy. Like I said, I may show you, but the video is already getting long, so I won't be showing you. You should, if you are new to Nextjs and you want to learn about full Nextjs development, front-end development, Web3 front-end development, with even powered with AI, make sure you check out the programming university courses. I think I have if you go to courses or the bootcamp, under this bootcamp curriculum, you have list of, as a beginner, how you may need to take it if you want to become a Web3 full stack Web3 developer, especially dealing with different blockchains like that. I think we have Solana, there are other ones maybe in future as well. So you see it now. You just need to look for this AI enhanced Web3 development for beginner front end. Then you learn the basic. Then here is the front end. You see cover HTML, CSS, JavaScript, API, GraphQL, JavaScript, TypeScript, and things like that. So in future episode, like I said, hopefully I can get this partnered with, because doing all these things are not easy. So, and it's available for you free as developer to enhance you. So getting platform like this, supporting through grant and things like that, keep me going with this project and making it available for you free. So if we get that, you will see the episode 2 where I am. So let me know what you like or you are facing as challenges in the comments, and I will. So especially we prefer if you can go comment precisely under this article. Yeah, that will be much more. What do you want to see and how has this helped? Then there's also an exercise. So this that I've done now, I have a repo, which is the repo that power this one. You can see, and it has been posted. You see this. So you can go through the repo. You can fork it. Remember to give it a star. That means you appreciate it, like on social media if you like what is being done. Then once you fork it, you'll be able to follow. It's just similar to what you have in the video, and you have to adjust it to make a change, customize it. It's a booklet, so you can use it to write a story about yourself and things like that, like a CV or things. So do it and then push a PR to yourself, not to this. I won't approve any PR here. When you are doing the PR, just click the PR and change it to your own branch, the main of your own branch. It will show this, but click it to main of your own branch and push it there and approve it yourself, and you can submit it as well under the comment. Join the Discord for support. Commenting on YouTube video is cool, but I can't guarantee that we respond for any support. If you actually want to be sure of getting support, you may say, oh, thanks, I love this under YouTube. You need actual support. Go under the actual content, which is this. Now you will see the link in the description, and post whatever question you have. By doing that, it helped me to not repeat the same thing, because every other student that come under here can see and learn and not ask the same thing again, and thereby saving me energy. Like I said, I'm doing these things for free, and sometimes I may get support in grants and sometimes I don't. Like this now, I don't have any grant on it, but maybe the team may later appreciate it and give me a grant, but I wasn't. So you can't now expect, even if I'm giving a grant, you can't expect me, this will serve for months, for maybe even a year or more. So to continue every day supporting, so you need to make these things easier for both of us. And that is when you'll be assured to get, even asking specific questions like this on Discord, I may not answer. But when you post and you need me to check it out, then you can post on the Discord and say, okay, I just responded to this particular course lesson or guide, and I will check it out. So that's it for this. I hope you've learned a lot. Do the exercise. It will help you to learn a lot as well. If you got any issue, ask as a comment. Like I told you, the comment is open for you. You see, leave a reply, you log in, it's free to sign up. And like I said, you want to learn the development, deployment and everything to Facel and everything, make sure you enroll for this course. It's free. So I think it's even open for now. It might not be permanently open in terms of you might not even need to sign up, but I encourage you to sign up because it will give you option to be able to ask questions, and then if you want to comment here as well, you need an account. So why not just sign up and have a record of all these things? So in future, if we are releasing like certification and things like that, you may be entitled to it, because if you are not logging, it will not be recorded. So that's it. I hope you found this helpful, and hopefully I will be able to create the next episode based on even your feedback or those that I've seen on the Discover the developers platform already as well. Issues, I may fix it in those things. So you want to make sure you comment as well. Like, share, subscribe, tap the notification bell and share the video. Share this content as well on your social media to reach more people. Thank you. Always remember to do good, to keep the programming spirit alive, and please always do good to humanity and nature with your programming skill, and not evil, to make the world and universe a better place for us all. Nice seeing you here, the programming. See you in the next one. And if you can support, like, share, donate to keep the project going. Thank you, peace, and bye.